Welcome back to another volume of the Nice and Cozy podcast. You're here with Cam,
Hey Khalil, what's up, man? How y'all feeling?
and we're back, man. Another video, a nice and
Yes,
cozy
sir.
video coming at
Uh,
you. So you know,
It's a good
gotta
one.
do subscribe already. If you're not
Yes,
subscribed and
sir.
watching this video, I know like I really be watching the analytics now. So I'm like, people watching it this so far, so press
Yeah,
subscribe already. Press subscribe, like the video, and now come back and get nice and cozy.
definitely.
Get your blanket, sit on your couch, or sit in bed, sit in a
And
chair,
it don't
or
matter.
if you're in the car listening, like relax, but don't crash. Drive safely.
Facts. Facts.
But get nice and cozy and tune in. It's gonna be another good one.
Yeah.
More conversations for you guys. Man, really dive into what we're saying here. If you like something or think you want to hear us say something, please let us know. Um, but yeah, but Khalil, how you feeling, man? How you feeling?
I'm feeling good, bro. I'm feel like I got a lot on my plate, but like, I'm staying busy. Grateful for that, bro. Just grateful to be here, bro. I look forward to this, talking, moves, letting off steam, bro. Like, it's cool. It's very like good wind down time. But I've been good though, bro. How you feeling? How's California? Feel me?
Bro, it's good, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm ready to go back to Chicago, bro.
Word, word.
I ain't
You
lie,
miss Chicago.
I was playing that song. You know that song, when I'm back.
Bro.
I promise. When I get back in Chicago, I'm telling you, you're gonna see it may be on my Snap story or something because I don't post on my Snap story like that anymore, so I don't care. I'm
Yeah,
posting a video of that somewhere and I'm gonna be outside a car window.
yeah. Nah, you're actually wow. That's probably how you gonna be feeling too, coming back, bro. You gonna get some food.
Bro,
Yeah.
I was looking at the lyrics and it was just like speaking to me though.
Oh
I
yeah.
was like, but it's just really just the vibe of Chicago, man. I really do miss it.
Yeah.
I love home, of course, but it's something about just that new experience, a new vibe of getting to know a place that's just like definitely falling in love with the city for
Well,
sure,
yeah.
for
No,
sure.
that's definitely understandable. I feel like the urban vibe is just something that kind of just like I don't know, bro. It overtakes you, bro. Being able to see buildings, concrete, and I personally love like CTA and all of that, bro. It keeps you stimulated, keeps your mind stimulated, bro. You can't lie and say like you just have to be vigilant on the train. Like
That is true.
you don't know what you're gonna see.
Um,
So
dude, I don't know how people sleep on the train or close their eyes. I can't do it.
nah,
I'm
that's
like
crazy.
the most alert I'm ever gonna be on a
I have
train.
to be like extremely tired to even consider that. You feel me? I might
I
close
gotta be
my
the point to
eyes.
like I'm so tired. I don't even care what happens to me anymore.
Yeah, yeah, like
Like
that's
not
crazy.
in a bad way, but just like
Yeah,
forget
that's
it. Like what am I
yeah.
gonna do at this point?
The shuttle was a different story though. I missed shuttle naps. Shuttle naps used to go crazy.
Are you about to be able to take the shuttles though, or no?
Yeah, 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 for sure. Um, like grad students can still take it, but it's gonna be different, man. It's gonna be different.
I remember we talked about the shuttle and everything like that, and sleeping on the shuttle. I
Yeah,
kid you not. I remember having that conversation with you on the podcast, and then the week after, or like 2 days after that, actually, I fell right asleep on a shuttle.
it
I
had to
was
be. You was leaving that. You had to be leaving downtown. I feel like.
I was coming to downtown. This was like this was in the morning. I was coming
Oh
back
yeah,
downtown, and
yeah,
then I'm like basically falling asleep, but I had my water bottle, my big old water bottle in my hand,
yeah.
and I was holding it basically by like the handle of my fingers, and
Hmm.
I'm just like fading, and then I just hear a big bang, and it's my water bottle falling on the ground,
Bro, I can't tell
and
you like
bro, I was so
some
embarrassed. I'm not gonna lie.
embarrassing shit, bro. Especially if you
But
got like a 10 hydro flask, like this aluminum one, bro. Bro, it literally like sounds like a bomb goes off, bro.
yes,
I dropped mines. Have you ever? I've dropped mines like dead center in the middle of Damon, bro. bro. Like it was actually
Yo,
so
I
bad,
don't
bro.
think that's as bad though, because you're at least in a food place. Like
Yeah,
when I was literally, I'll never forget, bro. I'm on that seat. If you're a Loyola student, you know, I'm on the
yeah.
seat right in front of that middle, the back door to get out. And there's the little, it's right before you hit the
Hmm.
step to go up to the next level. I'm sitting
Yep.
there and there was a little wall there, so I had my head leaned up against that, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm just dozing a little bit. And
Yeah.
then boom, I hear the metal against the floor, and then
Yeah.
I hear the roll, bro. When you hear
Ah,
the roll,
was the shuttle packed though?
yes.
Yeah.
Everybody was this was the 7 a.m. one. This is the like
Yeah.
7:30 in the morning one.
Facts. Facts.
Everybody who has to get to their 8 a.m. is on that shuttle. And I literally
Hmm.
just I didn't even want to open my eyes. I was just like, oh my
Yeah. Nah, that's actually crazy.
God. And I looked and then there was literally a girl that handed me my water bottle on the other side. And I was like, and she was about to laugh too. I was like, I can't even blame you for laughing for real. But
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
you
Low
know
key,
that
you have to
dog
laugh.
meme where it's like the dog with its eyes closed and it's just
Yes, bro. For
that's
sure.
exactly where I was at, bro.
Low key, like I would have to laugh before everybody else laughs. You get me? Like
Bro,
I probably would have gave her a stupid look to try and like mask my embarrassment.
I couldn't even do that,
Bro,
bro. It was it was
bro.
genuinely like I heard the bang and it was just
Yeah. No, you're
uh,
about to have fun with that soundboard. Oh yeah,
facts.
guys, we got a soundboard.
Soundboard
Cam,
is here.
Cam put the soundboard up. It's about
Soundboard is here. We gonna add more and more, but
yeah,
we got something for today.
for sure, for sure. Um, but yeah, Cam, like as y'all know, I be feeling like they like for the people who watch the episodes, like they definitely know we don't come in with a script.
Uh-huh.
Cause I be feeling like it really like feeds the flow of an authentic conversation. We don't know what we gonna say to each other. Um, but me and Cam did develop like a little bit of subtopics for you guys today. I feel like, and getting into that, I know you were talking about like your hometown. You were talking about like how you love home,
Yeah.
and the idea of you growing in a space that you just like, you know what I'm saying? Like it feels like it's always something to discover because you know what I'm saying? You've been here for what, 2 years? Well, in
Yeah.
Chicago for 2 years. But like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd be feeling like growing up in we've talked about this obviously, but I feel like growing up in California was definitely a different definitely a different experience. Like, I grew up in the suburbs of Chicago. So I'd be feeling like our upbringing and what you did like as a kid was probably different. We definitely did probably a lot of the same things, played basketball, rode bikes, but like what was it that you feel like you did in your youth in California? And what do you feel like the youth in California are doing now?
That's a great question, dude.
Like what was 13-year-old Cam doing in Cali, bro?
13, I was what, in seventh grade? And yeah, I was like I was like seventh, eighth grade. And honestly, I can say from my, because I went to K through 8,
Mhm.
my K through 8 school, I didn't know much outside of that school
Yeah.
until um honestly, like seventh, eighth grade, yeah. So
Mhm.
seventh, eighth grade, that was the first time going to school dances. That was the first time like seeing everything outside of
Yeah.
where I was at.
Yeah.
And it honestly was that big like perspective changer. Because of course, when I was younger, I had like basketball tournaments, AU tournaments, and you travel and go places. But in terms of that was like Vegas tournament or like somewhere way far out. But in terms of my community and what was actually around me,
Mhm.
I really did not know exactly what were around me. We still had basketball games at other schools. I was very limited, I would say.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then when we had those like school dances, we had the some basketball tournaments too for the school that were like outside in different places and different we had like
Mhm.
league championships and things like that. We got to meet these other kids from these other schools. We went to these summer camps. I went to summer camps as well when I was in like that age. Yeah,
Mhm.
seventh grade summer and eighth grade summer, I went to a summer camp. And that when I was able to meet a whole bunch of kids from the Bay Area, and it was just like, okay, I'm starting to see more. And then that's when social media really became a thing for me as well. When I actually like started using it, and then would connect with people, and then be like, oh, follow me on Instagram. Now we know each other, kind of thing.
For
After
sure.
we meet each other, so that was like a big thing. Yeah. So I would when you ask me what's the difference, that was when I was first introduced to social media,
Yeah,
uh, around that age, and that's when I first like really started to meet people when it was honestly weird when you like have people that follow you off of like mutuals and things like that. And I didn't really know that then. And that was kind of the introduction of that. And then you'd
yeah,
meet people that you'd already have on like Snapchat or Instagram or something. You'd meet
for
them
sure.
in person at like a school dance or something like that. It
For sure.
that was the dynamic and that was like introduced and it was different because
Yeah,
before that
yeah.
it was you meet people and then you get their information, and then there was no mutuals really like that. You
Hmm.
know a friend from in person, and then you meet that person in person.
Yeah.
But now I would say all these kids and the youth now, they're really, really young, and they're on these social media platforms, whether it's not like Instagram or Snapchat, but they got Roblox. These kids talk about
Oh my
Roblox
God, bro. Bro, my
crazy.
nephew is 3 and he's on Roblox, like playing with his cousin. Like,
Yeah.
you feel me?
And they'll
Collaborating co-op, playing co-op on
exactly.
Roblox at 3 years old. It's nuts, bro. It's
Online
crazy.
gaming is really like a
Hmm.
big thing for these next
Yeah,
coming generations. So it's not social media because parents are like, we're not going to give them social media, but they don't realize
yeah,
they really are giving them social media in a different type of way.
yeah, for sure.
So
Sure.
that's something that was very, very different for me because even for gaming, for me, I
Yeah.
didn't go online gaming until high school, I think. I think my
Really?
first, yeah, I really was late to like going online and even playing with friends online. I was just playing by myself, like 2K. I was
Yeah.
just playing games. I was doing my league. I was doing that stuff. I had 2K since 2K13. I had 2K13 on the Wii. I was in front of my
Wow.
screen with Joe Johnson on the
I
Brooklyn Nets. I was
I
just
feel like you told me that, bro. And
yeah,
2K on the Wii, like that's
that's
actually
2K
be
on the
tough.
Wii.
Yeah,
If you know
yeah.
about 2K on the Wii, you know. But my first online game I actually played like just with friends and stuff was 2K20. And
Damn, that's late, bro.
that's really, really late. But this is also when I realized my Wi-Fi was not up to par for these at first. And
Yeah,
um then I realized there's just difference in gaming to realize how technology really, really works and everything like that. But
yeah,
2K20 was my first time really playing online, and then me and my friends were playing, and then I realized like you really can meet these people online, and they'll
for
like
sure.
you run games with you. I had people message me. I honestly would never do it, but they always were like, "Yo, you want to run games?
Yeah,
Want to run a game? Hop on with me, and then we'll try like you want to join our party and things like that."
for sure, bro. For sure.
But
I think that's like
yeah,
that's such an interesting topic, bro.
it's
Um,
different. How about you?
yeah.
What was
I,
you
I,
doing at 12?
yeah, I was just about to say so like um as far as youth goes, like growing up in the suburbs was like it was cool, you know what I'm saying? But like for the most part, I did spend like a decent amount of time in Chicago as a kid because all my family's from here. You know, like my mom was born and raised here in Chicago, so coming to see my aunts and uncles and everything, that was more so like a maybe tri-monthly thing. Like the city was not necessarily new to me, but in the suburbs when I was a kid, like I definitely spent a lot of time playing sports. I played football for 6 years. Those like some of the best like those were like some of the best brotherhood moments in my life, bro. Like some of the best laughs came from football practice, bro. My teammates. It was just hilarious as a kid. But then I also did like basketball tournaments and stuff like that as well.
Yeah.
I got introduced to basketball when I was in like second, third grade, but I like sucked bad. I probably sucked all the way up until I got to like seventh or eighth grade. I feel like I was way better at football than basketball when I was younger. But either way, that's definitely what I was doing, football, basketball. I did a lot of bike riding, like with my friends. Um, I lived with my mom. I lived with my mom for a bit, and that was around the time when I was playing football. But if I wasn't at football practice, I was definitely like gaming, bro. I think the very first game system I got was a 360, and I was not playing online either. I literally had like
Yeah.
2 games. I had Spider-Man and some other game, but those weren't games you played with other people.
Yeah.
Um, and I believe I'm trying to think of the very first like co-op game that I ever got. It might have been like MW because I was a big Call of Duty. That's another thing. I was a big Call of Duty fan as a kid.
Uh-huh.
And so like naturally by playing Call of Duty, you had to play with other people online and you had to
Yeah.
be in like game chat, you know what I'm
That's the
saying?
first online game to play right there.
No, I'm telling you, like I used to hear some of the craziest shit, bro. As a
That's
kid, as a fifth grader, like, bro, I
yeah.
remember there was literally, bro, this is actually a hilarious story. There was literally like this dude in a public lobby. I was playing COD. No, I was playing Skate 3. I was playing Skate 3. And Skate 3 was co-op as well. And long story short, this dude said some crazy racist shit. And I was in like fifth grade, right? And like it hurt my fifth grade feelings, bro. Like I literally had to tell my dad, bro. I called my dad into my room and I was like, you gotta say something to this dude. You gotta put the headset on. You gotta say something to this dude. Cause like he can't get away with this. And I clearly
Yeah.
he could because like he's probably thousands of miles away.
Yeah.
But that was definitely my introduction to like online gaming when I was younger. And then
Yeah.
GTA came around. And I was playing Grand Theft Auto when I shouldn't have been playing Grand Theft Auto at like 13, 14 years old.
Uh-huh.
Bro, I was on that game, and that was literally like where I met a lot of my like online friends. And that was around when I was like 12, 13. So I did a lot of like gaming when I was younger. Uh Call of Duty. I really didn't get big into 2K all the way up until like maybe 2K16 or 17. And I also was playing like Park then as well.
Oh, wow.
So like yeah, bro. I feel like I've been like gaming for a minute. And as far as like that goes today in today's age, bro, I don't think gaming is the same, bro. Gaming is it's nowhere near as fun, bro. And like that's just my opinion. Maybe I'm old as hell. But the kids, they
Well,
just don't
that
play,
plays into it as well.
bro. They don't play COD. They don't play COD the same, bro. They don't play GTA the same. Like it's just there's no type of community, bro. At least that's my on the outside looking in. Like you never know what these damn, I sound old, bro. I was about to say you never know what these kids are up to. Like what, bro?
Yeah, you
Like that's
old, bro.
actually crazy. That's coming off the tongue just like that is crazy. Like
Yeah.
I'm 22. Anyway, that was my youth, bro. And yeah, it was cool. Like I feel like I did a lot of the things a typical kid did. I rode my bike a lot. Linked with my friends. We played basketball at this neighborhood park, bro. And I was like, those are literally like some of the best memories I have. Um, Coming into high school, I didn't go to high school with most of my like close friends. I definitely made friends in my high school,
Uh-huh.
but the people I grew up with, they went to like a neighboring public school, and then I went to a private Catholic. So it was cool though. Like my childhood, I can't really say much, bro, but like it was very typical. I was around my cousins a lot. Um, yeah, man. And I feel like youth nowadays, bro. Like I don't know. They're introduced to a lot way earlier than I feel like we were.
Yeah.
So in addition to that, like, so it's like what we were just talking about off camera, like, bro, they just like they are smarter than what they make themselves out to be sometimes, bro, because they're
Yeah.
exposed to so much, you know?
They're exposed to a
So
lot, and it's
yes, bro.
almost it makes them really smart, but it also makes like the understanding of what certain things are
Yeah, for sure.
not because I be hearing some things like a kid will sniffle or like cough, and then
Mhm.
boom, oh, I got COVID.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
You're
It's like,
done. It's the everything's more extreme. I feel like everything's
yeah,
elevated to an
for
extent,
sure.
like almost
For
like
sure.
times 10.
Yeah.
Um, and I'm seeing that a lot more almost because the way social media is and the stuff that's pushed is elevated to make an appearance on people's screens. Like everything's gonna be put to a bigger extreme because we had
Yeah.
TV shows and stuff, but we knew it was TV shows. But now
Yeah.
you're getting a lot of content that's like these creators and these like people on
For
social
sure.
media that create they're real people, not cartoon characters, creating
Mhm.
content, but they're
They're
extremely to
animating
make
it
it
and then
they're amplifying it to make it good content and entertaining content. But
yeah,
these kids gotta realize like this isn't real life. Like
that's a
I
great
think
point. That's
and
great.
that's why there's like because there's things that trolling.
Yeah.
Trolling is like a big thing and just even just content as well, but like a lot of people
Bro.
don't understand there's
Yeah.
points of where you're not, can't do that. You
Bro,
can't do it.
trolling is at an all-time high right now, bro.
Yes.
Like actually. And like I like something that you said really I really like something that you said when you said like content creators or whoever it is that is out there like producing it, they definitely like go above and beyond to try and amplify or animate whatever it is that they're doing, whatever it is that they're going on and make it look more like glamorous. But that's kind of like what social media is, bro. Like
No.
it's gonna make everything look peaches and cream. And like I feel like nowadays too, like it's becoming way easier and easier for creators to do that, you know? Like,
Yes.
but then in addition to that, like you said, um, the easier it gets for like people who create content and stuff to do that, the like less in tune, less out of touch like the kids get because they don't really understand, can't decipher what's like real and what's being animated for your attention and like what's being animated for your attention and how to keep your attention, you know? Um,
Exactly.
but yeah, bro, I couldn't agree more. I think that a lot of shit is like dragged out, a lot of shit is stretched for the sake of keeping people's attention, and then it just becomes the normal. Like,
Yeah.
and kids are a prime target, bro. Like,
And the
they don't have,
attention span is like
yeah,
what they what I'm seeing a lot of. I'll run into like far and few kids between that are just like you can tell they have patience, they understand kind of just like how the world works in general.
yeah,
But there's a lot of kids that you run into that are like you can't hold their focus for more than like 5 seconds, and then
sure.
they're on to the next thing, and it's
Bro,
like
there's adults like that too, though.
yeah, yeah.
Like,
There's a lot of adults like that. Not gonna lie.
yeah, I feel like it's frying all of our brains, bro. Like,
Oh, for
truth.
sure, for sure. Like, but I feel like there's a lot of people that are like either our age or older that are able to realize at least like this is we are supposed to be more patient and stuff like that. But
Yeah,
imagine starting like that if we started like that and then just kept going like that
for
in
sure.
terms of just like you started with short short TikTok videos that you're swiping through.
Yeah,
You don't got an attention span for anything. And
yeah,
then that's how your whole life has been, is just a low
yeah.
attention span for things.
Yeah, it's like
So
you don't necessarily know anything else, and you don't really know the difference between like what a short and a long attention span can get you. Like,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, nah, it's definitely sad, bro. But like, I be feeling like it's all also capitalism. Like everybody just trying to like make money and keep the attention on them. You know, like that's
yeah.
kind of just what the theme is. Because it's like you, like we just talked about. It's harder to keep people's attention. You know what
Hmm.
I mean?
Yeah, but it's only it's crazy because it's like there's certain things that do keep people's attention though, and it's the bad stuff that really do keep people's attention. Everything else will not keep people's attention in the same way, and I really do
Yeah,
wonder what it is in like us humans, our brains, that
yeah,
makes us go like, all right, this is like bad, or this is kind of just like this shouldn't be
yeah.
happening, but I want to see how this plays out. I want to see what's happening with this, or
Sure,
but then
bro.
the good thing or like the good positive message or something like that, that's the thing that we may I don't want to listen to this right now.
Yeah, like
Like
overlooked, bro.
like I and whether it's like in a good or bad way, like when you see a conflict of like, oh, what's happening in this conflict, of course our attention will go to that because that's just like we want to see
Yeah,
what's happening, we want to see what plays out, we want to see if some even if it's in a good way, like we want to make sure nothing bad happens. But it's just our attention does go to negative things way more than it goes to
for
positive
sure.
things in a way. And I do
Yeah.
wonder what it is in our brains that makes us like
Yeah, I
that.
definitely think that like people naturally, that's actually such a great point. Like why are humans so wired to conflict? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Um and whether it be like, dude, it can like show up in so many different aspects of our life, whether it be like movies, even music, you know what I'm saying? Like violent music, especially in Chicago, like you got drill music that's kind of like in a sense running the scene, but it promotes negative impact, negativity. Like, but obviously, you know, there's something about it that, you know, keeps people listening. And then you have things like movies and cinema. Obviously, like the plot, the whole idea of you watching a movie is you want to see the plot. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And obviously like people, directors and script writers and everybody, they know that. So it's like obviously you are subconsciously attracted to the idea of a problem. and then like that could be like the peak of the movie, and then you know what I'm saying, like the downpour of the movie is the problem being solved, but ultimately you're
Yeah.
watching the movie because you get what I mean. You want
You
to see
want to
what's
get
you
through
want to
the you
yeah,
want to
you
get
want
through
to
the
see what's gonna
conflict.
happen.
Yeah, like
Exactly.
are they gonna make it through this and all?
Are
Or
they gonna make it through it? Exactly.
and
Exactly.
here's the other thing though, in a lot of these movies and shows, we know the person's gonna make it through it. Like we know that there's gonna be another movie, and you know the character isn't just gonna be done for.
Right.
But
Right.
we want to see how they get through. We want to see
Yeah.
their struggle and everything like that. We want to see the
Yeah.
conflict, no entertainment. And like we
Yeah.
said, we had this talk a while ago, like for the love of the game, like really
Literally, bro.
loving the negativity for the love of the game. But
Literally, bro.
I don't think we talked about like why is it that we're entertained by that? Like, what's the
Yeah.
and I don't
Yeah.
know if we can ever like fully and it probably is just down to what we watch when we're younger and things
Yeah.
like that, but there is something in our brains that says like we
You know, this kind of like connects to something I read like a while ago, but I never
uh,
forgot it. And it was something along the lines of like, and it was honestly like directed specifically towards Americans as well. Like it was something about the idea of the toxic traits that Americans have, and essentially like the one line I remember is like people love an underdog story. You know what I'm saying? Like they love to see like the person who's not supposed to win in the end type shit. And that subconsciously is like it's kind of like it's like an element that we're attracted to. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like as people. And it's so like this is such a philosophical conversation, bro. Like you're actually scratching my brain, bro, because this is like what I love to talk about.
yeah,
Um, but it's so true though, bro. It's so true. Like you never really understand what like keeps you coming back in a sense. Um, and like you said, whether it be movies or music or like you can even look at it through the idea of like relationships, bro, like toxic relationships, bro. Like
mhm,
it can be used and generated in so many things into our life. Like you just never really understand why. Like, I know recently, bro, like every single time I've been taking walks, and like obviously being in Chicago, you see so much urban art. You see a bunch of like wall art, you see murals and stuff. And every single time that I see like a mural, regardless of like what it is or where it is, I take a picture of it, bro. And I don't know why, but it's just something about that artistic element and like me wondering like first of all, how are painters like getting up there? You know what I mean? How are they
yeah,
getting up there? Like it's the idea of the process, and like I just don't know. Every single time I see something like on the wall or wall art or mural, I have to take a picture of it, and I don't really understand why. It's almost as if like I don't know. It's a subconscious element that makes me think like, yeah,
yeah,
let me capture this, bro. And it's really cool to think about, bro. It's really cool to think about your brain as a muscle at times.
yeah.
Um,
Like what
and
is it that attracts you to that?
yeah, what you can train your brain to be attracted to, like all the
Yeah,
above. It's really cool. But yeah, man,
that's
couldn't
a
agree more.
that's a big thing that you just said. Like what because I think that's what a lot of people don't realize when it comes to things that we like and what we don't, and what we are attracted to and what we aren't, in terms of just like what we want to see happen, what we're like the either it's the negativity or the things that we see the wall art. Like I love looking at the sky and things like that, but it's the things that we happen when we were really really young, the things that we were drawn to when we were really really young,
Yeah,
or and it could have been the most simple thing,
yeah,
but that goes into us later in life, and it's those. And I don't know what it is though. It could be the smallest thing, and I'm trying to think of the things that make me uh
yeah,
get draw more to things, draw more
yeah.
to. Oh yeah,
Bro,
because
I
I
was
love.
actually
I'm a cloud watcher, bro. Like I'm genuinely a cloud watcher, and
that's so valid though.
like
That's valid.
me and my friends are on the course, and I literally am just like telling them like, "Yo, look at the clouds over there. Look how they're
Right.
just like sitting on top of each other." It's like,
Yeah,
but is it because I
yeah,
watched too much? When I watched like the Puss in Boots movie, and it was like
yeah,
they went up to Jack and the Beanstalk and went on to the clouds, and they were
yeah,
walking on the clouds. Is it something like
yeah.
that?
Is
That
it
could have
like
just
some?
completely
That's so true,
just
bro.
like made this is the walking on clouds and it looks so cool from here, and that's
That's
just
so true, bro.
it is some so far back, some random movie so far back, really good movie by the way,
It's
that
such a good movie. And let me
that
tell
like
you, like,
using
let me tell you,
subconscious.
it really makes sense to me what you just said because, like, I know the exact scene that you're talking about in Puss in Boots, bro.
Exactly.
Because it's a prominent scene. It makes you
So
like,
it is.
you know what I'm saying? It's just visually appealing. So, like, I don't know, bro. It's obviously
Love that.
scratching some, yeah, it's scratching some area in your brain that's like clearly like you're enjoying some sort of element. Like, bro, I was literally, it's so crazy that you say that when you were like, things that have happened like so far down the line to the point where they still affect you up until this day and you wouldn't even know. I was literally just having this conversation with my friend today about just like fashion and music period and how like because like we were to long story short we were talking about Odd the Future and we were talking about like one of Tyler the Creator's like super old albums um released in 2013. Why am I blanking on the name? Why am I blanking on the name? Uh but yeah, and then I was speaking to him about the idea of how like I was a huge fan of Odd Future back in the day. Like 2014, 2013. I was a huge fan of just their whole aesthetic, bro. I was a fan of the idea that they were just doing a bunch of dumb shit on camera, but also their music was fire.
Yeah.
They were like Black Jackass to me, bro. Like literally. So, but in addition to that, I was telling him about like the fashion that they would wear. And like I remember like Tyler the Creator was like one of the first person to introduce me to Chucks, like Converse, bro. You
Mhm.
feel me? And to this day, like I still wear Converse, but I don't even really listen to Tyler that much, like up until
Yeah.
today. But I genuinely remember like back then, like that was like the blueprint and the skeleton of like my style and what I was into, and it still translates today. Like I be feeling like I still like sparks and spunks of that type of sense still come out in me. But I never really think as to why. Like I never really understand like what's the origin? Why do I like this? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, because it doesn't cross your head. Like so that's why I'm saying subconsciously you just train your brain to like stuff. Um, whether it be good or bad, like positive or negative. But
And I feel like that's the root of like a lot of that's the root of change, you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like you
yeah,
can't stop like for a weed, whether it's in a negativity standpoint, you
mhm,
can't stop a weed from growing in your yard if you just pull like the leaves from it. You got to pull it by the root. So if you're gonna
mm,
get rid of the negativity that's in your mind, you gotta
mm.
pull it from the root. You gotta know what made you subconsciously think that way.
Bro,
You feel
why?
me?
Bro, why are you cooking right now though? Like that's so facts, bro.
So like,
Bro, you ate your fortune cookies today, bro. I swear to God, bro.
no,
No,
but
but
like
dude, that's so
that
facts, bro.
those weeds will still keep growing in your yard if you
Yeah,
do not pull them by the root. So you got to know
yeah,
what made you think in that way. What, because it's just holding yourself accountable, but you really do have to think because we don't know all the times. I don't know about the things that are the reason why I like certain things. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So I genuinely have to think for that reason. So of course you'd have
yeah.
to think about the negative ones, but you're
But we
definitely
don't.
not going to want to figure those
Yeah,
out. So it's really up to people to hold themselves accountable and really be like,
yeah,
and I'm gonna start doing that myself now that I'm really like thinking about it like this. This is
bro. Me
opening up
too,
my brain
bro.
right
No,
now.
like
Like,
me too. Like that. That's actually a man. That's crazy, bro. That's some crazy enlightenment, bro.
no,
Thinking
it's
about
wrong. I,
you cooking, bro.
y'all
Thinking
love
about this.
this.
Think about what you just said, where you say you think about the negative habits, you think about the negative habits and find out where that root is. Like once you find out where that root is and how you started those negative habits, how you picked it up and take that shit about your life, bro, that is the cheat code, bro. But it's like that could be, bro, that's I don't know, bro. I feel like you just gave me an epiphany, bro. I just get epiphanated.
Yo,
Cause it's
I
so
love
true, bro. All of the bad habits you have to think about it, bro. Like whether it be procrastination, it could be drugs, it could be whatever, bro. But think about where it started. And when you think about
mhm.
where it started, you know what I'm saying? That's when you can start to uproot the problem, like genuinely. Because when you think about where it started and whether or not where it started is still in your life, if
Yeah,
that's still in your life, then you obviously understand, like, then that's why, you know what I'm saying? Whatever habits it is that you're trying to break that haven't been broken, it's because the root is still in your life. You get what I'm saying? Which is
it's,
crazy.
yeah. Nah, that's see,
That's
it's really
wild.
this. It's that snowball effect, and then
Facts, bro. Facts, bro. Um, yeah, man.
Yeah. No, that's crazy.
But it's like it's a
Brain,
true
my brain
realization.
exploded right now, bro.
It's a true realization. Like we talk about this shit on camera all the time, guys. So like when me and Cam go back and forth like ping pong, it really like opens up ideas in your head, bro. And it makes you, sit back and reflect on whether it be the shit that you be doing, the shit that people other in your life be doing. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's such a healthy like conversation, bro. So like,
Yes.
yeah, man. Yeah.
Yeah. Find the root. Find the
I
root.
think I think this definitely like transitions or bridges into greatly into the second concept that we wanted to talk about. Like I said, no script, but we just had 5 ideas we want to talk about, and that's what we're gonna get through. And our next idea was Cam actually came up with this. What I really enjoyed was rest isn't a luxury. And
Yes.
so when you think about the idea of when I think about rest isn't a luxury, I can't help but think to myself about procrastination because when you're procrastinating, clearly you're resting, but you feel like you should be doing something else, you know? And that's what makes me think about the idea of like, yeah, like rest is cool sometimes, but that's not something that you want to get comfortable with, you know? Um, but like that in a sense can be like one of those habits that, you know what I'm saying, you uproot in your life. I feel like whether it be procrastination or if you feel like you're resting too much, if you feel like you're like wasting your potential, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Just understand like I'll be feeling like what we were just talking about, understand where that comes from, understand where that stems from, and literally take it about your life, bro. Like Cam said, like uproot it, you know? And clearly, like, you know what I'm saying? Once you can chop a weed down, but it's gonna grow back if the root's still there. You get what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And yeah, man, I'm still thinking about that comment, bro. But I'm also
Yeah.
thinking about the idea of you saying like rest isn't a luxury. I want you to like tell me what you mean by that, because that was your idea.
So I guess just that when you shouldn't treat rest like one,
Mm-hmm.
either it's a thing of because like a luxury item is like a really lavish item and things like that. Some that is I guess let me backtrack here. Rest should be feel like something you deserve at the end of your day is basically what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. Hmm.
Rest, you should never blame yourself for resting. You know what I mean? If
Yeah,
you're I'm not saying don't work hard, of course. I'm talking to people that are really working hard at something or really always doing something, but kind of like, oh, I should have got this done. I should have got that done.
like exhausting themselves, you know.
And that they're like, oh my, because I do it myself too, but like, know that when you rest or when you take time to rest, you are not it's not a luxury. It's not this crazy item that you just got yourself. No, it's a good thing that you're doing. It's not
Like
a it
it's a
should be a
necessity.
common thing that yeah, it's a necessity. It's not a
Yeah,
yeah, that's more what
I
I'm
get
trying to
what you
say.
mean. I
It's
get what
not
you
a
mean.
luxury, it's a necessity. It's something that you need in your life. It's
Hmm.
something that you should feel like you need and it's not like a want. It's not a want, it's a need. So do take your time to rest and take your time to rest without feeling guilty of taking that rest.
For
That's
sure.
more what I was meaning by that.
For sure. No, I couldn't agree more, bro. I couldn't agree more. I also like think about the idea of like people who overexert themselves and try to do everything,
Hmm.
um, and not being able to do everything, they still like beat themselves up for not being able to do everything when clearly like you're only one person, you know what I'm saying? That's where the idea of rest comes in, like as a necessity. If you feel like you're burning yourself out, you know what I mean? Um, you have to throw rest in the equation. You have to throw like solitude into the equation because that's where like the enthusiasm I be feeling like can get killed. You know what I'm saying? When you overexert yourself or you try to overwork yourself or try to do everything. Um, yeah, bro, definitely look at rest as a necessity. Um, but I be feeling like like rest as a necessity, but don't let procrastination overtake rest. You get what I mean? But I definitely get what you're saying, bro.
Yeah.
Because there were times like during the semester I felt like I was trying to do everything, you know what I'm saying? Like I remember like closing in on finals, towards the beginning of the semester also, like just trying to, you feel me, bite off more than I can chew.
Hmm.
And yeah, that can even also even be in a sense like a negative trait that people have. Like it can be positive at times, But in times where, like I said, you feel like you're burnt out or you feel like you're like exhausted, you don't want to go down that path. And that's where you have to look at rest as a necessity in your routine and whatever you want to call it,
Yeah.
in your priorities. But for sure, bro. For sure. Especially as we're getting older too, like, bro, no
Take
gray
care
hair.
of yourself. Take
Yeah.
care of yourself for
Take
real.
care of yourself.
But
For sure, bro.
it's really just like, 'cause I feel like there's a lot of, it's easy to get caught up in what you're doing. And, but honestly, if you never had to question, I guess, are you getting enough rest for yourself or are you, and because there's a difference between procrastinating or not doing anything and then resting.
Hmm.
Resting is, you've done a lot and you should take time to rest. Not doing anything is I had all day to rest every single day, and now I'm just like, but
And
so
yeah.
I think people really got to realize the me doing 4 things, and then I wasn't able to do that fourth thing, like you were saying. I wasn't able to do that fourth thing today, and now I'm doing 3 things. Does not mean I'm doing nothing.
Mm,
Me doing 3 things, or me usually doing 3 things, and only having to be able to do two things together is not doing nothing as well. You're still doing those 2 things. So
definitely.
don't think by not accomplishing something in that day that you're completely like, oh my goodness, I didn't do what I was supposed to do. You did a lot.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and don't fault yourself on it.
And
But
I couldn't agree more, bro. Couldn't agree more. Like, you have to give yourself, like, we talking about this also in past episodes. You have to give yourself leeway, bro,
yes.
to be a human, really. Like, um, and that could be hard to do too. I be feeling like with a lot of people that like to have a lot on their plate, like you, like myself, you know what I'm saying? Like, it can be hard to do, bro. But yeah, for sure, man. You got to have to give yourself grace. We talked about that also,
Yeah.
man. Just
Giving
give
yourself
yourself
grace is
grace.
like huge.
Um, sure. Rest is not a luxury; it's a necessity. Long story
Yes.
short,
Yes.
for sure, bro.
All right. I
Man,
also
so
want to get to the hot takes.
yes, let's do that. Let's
I
do
want
that.
to.
Actually,
We have some hot takes. Some
yes,
less cozy takes. Some
yeah, man.
some ones that either you can agree with, you could not agree with. You want to go first? You want me to go first?
Uh, I think you should go first.
Me go first. All right. It's
Yeah,
not as serious, just to lighten up the mood and where we're
yeah.
going with this. But um, yeah. So mine, if you agree with me, you agree with me. This is about to be facts and what I'm about to say right now.
Oh,
When we think about